Brothers and sisters! Brothers and sisters! I don't know what this world is coming to!
As the man said, it's the End of the Bench podcast. It's your man B. I'm coming at you live and direct as I do every 168 hours. A lot of people ask me why I say every 168 hours. That's how many hours in a week, people. Work with your boy. I'm going to need you to pay attention to social studies, son. Okay, it's a long week, man. I got a lot of NCAA. I got a lot of NFL. I got some MLB. I'm cussing out Cub fans this week, man. I'm not even really a Cub fan. I'm a Chicagoan, though. So we're going to have to check ourselves. This clown Kanye that stuck his nose in the sports world. Look, stick to that whack-ass rap you be doing. I'm going to check him, too. We're going to talk about J.R. Smith and the Supreme logo. We're going to talk about college football, people transferring, people getting hurt. How does this work? People speaking out of turn. It's come to a point in time in the sports world where we're speaking about other people's personal lives. We need to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Ohio State, Penn State, the NCAA Final Four is starting to bubble. Week 4 in the NFL, it was on fire. Aaron Rodgers criticizing his coach. It's a whole lot going on. If you want to be a part of the show, you know how to do it. 773-797-2409. 773-797-2409. That's how you get in contact with me direct. I'll open up the phone lines in a little while, but I need to let you know. If you're listening to this, please, and you have an iPhone, you have iTunes, go to the podcast section of your iTunes app or your iPhone. It's usually a purple emblem. Type in THA space END space OF space DA space BENCH. Hit subscribe. Subscribe and rate the show. Let me know how dope it was. Let me know if you think it was whack. Just lie. I'm gonna keep it funky with you, know. But let me know how you feel about what's going on. It's the End of the Bench podcast. Support your boy. If you can hear me, do your thing. And then follow me on Instagram and Twitter at HRAP_B. Follow the show at the End of the Bench, THAENDOFDABENCH on Twitter, on Facebook as a group, as a fan page, and as a group. Join the conversation. It's a whole lot of fun. Let's get it popping. Now, you know what, man? I'm going to start where a lot of people don't, I got to check my city. I know it's other people all over the country. Thank you for listening. But I got to step up and check my city because my city is really out of pocket. The city of Chicago went 116 years on the north side and 84 years on the south side without World Series championships. We proceeded to celebrate and point fingers and say, I'm better than you. We strutted around like we were on something. In both situations. You got Ozzie again, even though it was the first time 80-something years that the city of Chicago had seen the baseball championship. Ozzie again was celebrated. He was a little loose. You get to understand there's a loose translation between the cultures. We have to respect that. But Ozzie also had to understand that he can't just speak the way he wants to speak. With that being said, I'm looking at the city and people ran him out of town. It was like, oh man, Ozzie was the man for a minute. Then it was like, we sick of Ozzie. Fast forward 12, 13 years, the city of Chicago, it's really a Cub and Bear town. I don't have nothing bad to say about the Cub fans, Yes, I do, but I'm not going to say it. But I'm not hating, I'm just not a fan, you know what I mean? And then, the Cubs won, the city erupted, everybody blue, red, white, and blue cubby hats. It was all good. For the last 4 years, the Cubs have been the hottest ticket in town, as usual. Everything back in order. The Cubs back on top. We loving it. They got big time players. They making big moves. They got the best manager in baseball, if you ask me. They got the pretty boys, Bryant, MVP, World Series. It's all good in Chicago. Now here we got 2-3 years later after the Cubs win the World Series. Chicago has unforgettably lost their goddamn minds, man. Look, this is sports. You can't win every year. For one. For two, Look at all the injuries that the Cubs had. You upset that they lost in the first round. I get it. But see, this is why I created the end of the bench. We gonna stop all this dumb shit about you got to fire people after you know, hey, what's up, Kim? Hey, what's good, baby? We gonna stop all this dumb shit about you got to fire the manager when we don't get what you expected. Why don't you temper your expectations? Angry Black Man, what's good, baby? What's good? Thanks for the support, bro. We need to temper our expectations. I am the last dude in the city of Chicago to speak up for the Cubs. But let's look at the reality of the situation. Rizzo hurt. Bryant hurt. Addison, Russell in a jam with his wife. We're not going to get into his personal life. We're not going to do that. But he in a jam. You got injuries across the board. You got a dude who usually plays second base and Baez. He plays second, short, and third. He up for the MVP. What's up, Frederica Abdul? What's up, baby? Thank you for the support. Thanks for the support. You got a guy up for MVP. You got arguably the best manager in baseball. He's not doing this managing by the numbers. See, the problem is in baseball, you got general managers who were not jocks, did not come up through the system. They're using their computers to decide what to do in games, but you can't do that with sports. You can do that to a certain extent, but sports is about improvisation. So if you're going to be a Chicago Cub fan and mad at Joe Madden because he's using his gut and he's using his instinct to make things happen, and you worried about one play when you suffer for 116 years. 116 years. Look, I'm going to give you an idea about how long 116 years is. I mean, how brief 116 years is. The Cubs won the World Series in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. A or B. It was 2015 and 2016. Now, you got about 157 years that my people have been out of bondage. 116 of those years the Cubs was waiting to win the World Series. And y'all tripping about 3 funky ass years? Are y'all kidding, man? Chicago, y'all really need to stop it, man. The last time the city of Chicago was relevant on the sports landscape was when the Bulls were winning. Let me give you an idea how long it's been since the Bulls were winning. We've had the turn of a century. That was the 90s, 2000. We're in the 3rd decade since the Bulls won. Michael Jordan has retired, come back, retired again, and purchased the team. Listen to that. Retired. Come out of retirement. Play again. Play for 3 years. Retire again. Amass enough wealth to purchase a team. And Chicago's crying about 3 years of not winning the World Series. Y'all talking about firing Joe Madden. What kind of foolishness is that? Stop listening to these clowns like I said I'm gonna say his name, Stephen A. Smith, dumbass, and a lot of these other clowns that don't really know sports. They know how to read a box score. They know how to read they know how to Google something, but they don't really know what they're looking at, man. Understand your situation before you criticize. Now, am I saying that Cub fans shouldn't be dissatisfied or dejected? No, I'm not. But what I am saying is this. I want you to think back to 2004. I want you to think back to Steve Bachman. I want you to think back to 1989 when our favorite homie Greg Maddux wasn't on nothing. I want you to think Hulk Dawson wasn't on nothing. I want you to think back to Leon Durham, let that ball go through his legs in 1983. And then you ask yourself, was yesterday really that bad? After 3 years after World Series. Y'all got to be fucking kidding, man. Stop it. Stop it, man. Y'all crazy. Chicago, look. The last time you had somebody outside of the Bulls winning was 1986, the Chicago Bears. But y'all love Mike Dicker. And he couldn't coach his way out of a wet paper bag with scissors in his hand. But y'all love Mike Dicker, but y'all want to run Joe Madden out of town. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to keep it funky with yourself. The Cubs are a great baseball team who had a great year with a bad finish. This is what you need to be mad about. Don't be mad at the Cubs. Be mad at the way people are being trained in Major League Baseball. That is the problem. If you don't understand what I mean, is this. This is what I mean. Reggie Jackson is the all-time leader in strikeouts in Major League history. Reggie Martinez Jackson is how to be my favorite baseball player of all time. Reggie Martinez Jackson he struck out more than anybody in the history of baseball. I think he got like 2,600 strikeouts. With that being said, Reggie Jackson struck out less times in his last 4 seasons in baseball than Giancarlo Stanton did this year. The reason I'm talking about Giancarlo Stanton and the Cubs, and they have nothing, according to you, you might look like, what the hell they got to do? They ain't got nothing to do with each other. This is what they have to do with each other. The way baseball players are being trained. At one point, you were taught as a baseball player, swing late, go to the other way, go hit to the other field. Hit the ball as a little leaguer. I was taught, hit the ball where the defense isn't. You choked up on your bat. You swung late. You directionally hit the ball. That's how you play baseball. A strikeout is a bad thing. Understand this. Joe DiMaggio played 20 years in baseball. He struck out 700 times. Giancarlo Stanton got 200 plus strikeouts in 2018. It's being taught that it's not a bad thing to strike out anymore. This leads to the Cubs scoring 1 or less runs in 40 games this year. 40 games. Do you understand what that means? 25% of the times the Cubs wasn't on nothing. So did you really believe they was going to the playoffs and their bats was going to light up? It's because of the analytics. Oh, it's not bad to strike out. It's better to make 1 out than 2. No, it's not. That's a lie, people. That is a worldwide lie. It is never good to strike out. You know why? Because you didn't make the pitcher work. The strikeout is not only for you, it's to make the pitcher work so you can see what he has to offer. When you put the bat on the ball, you make the shortstop, third baseman, second baseman, first baseman, catcher, pitcher, and outfielders work. Sports is about attrition. When you wear people down, you have a better chance of beating them. It's not about the computer said that this dude and that dude. Sports is all about gut feelings. Sports is all about doing what you didn't think you can do. No computer can gauge that. You can give me an idea of that. And later on this evening, I'm going to play a portion of an interview that I did with former NBA great Tracy Murray. I know y'all going to say, oh man, Tracy Murray wasn't great. He was great enough. He was better than everybody who listened probably. The man scored 16 points a night one season. It ain't a whole lot of people in the world that can say that. He finished his career on the leadership side of the game, so he dipped up under double digits. But if not for that, he would have been a double-digit scorer in the NBA over a 12, 13-year career. But either way, we got Tracy Murray. He gonna hear part of the conversation. It's a 4-part series I got with Tracy Murray. I'm gonna consistently bring you players and let you know about the history of the game, not just the ESPN highlights. We're not doing that on End of the Bench no more. We're not going to just, oh man, it was 30 home runs and this, that. No. But back to the Cubs and their fans. Y'all tripping, man. Cub fans suffered miserably my entire life. Put it like this. The next Cub player that is drafted that makes it to the Hall of Fame will be the first Cub player that was drafted made it to the Hall of Fame since Billy Williams and Ernie Banks and that crew. Do you hear what I'm saying? No, Ryan Sandberg was not drafted by the Cubs. He was drafted by the Phillies and traded to the Cubs. So Chris Bryant and these new Baez and these cats, these are the future, man. You got 3 or 4 dudes on your team that got Hall of Fame potential.